Hello and welcome back to my channel. In today's video I thought we would take a look at your person's true feelings the last time they saw you. This is intended to be somebody you are no longer in contact with. It might be a past romantic connection, but it doesn't have to be. So just take it however it resonates. With that said, please feel free to pause the video, pick whichever card is speaking the most to you, and let's get into today's reading. Hello Pile 1 and welcome to your reading. If you chose the spell book, this is going to be your reading for today, where we are asking, how did your person truly feel the last time they saw you? This is intended to be somebody you are no longer in contact with. It could be a romantic connection, but it doesn't have to be. We'll see whatever comes out in the cards. I do want to say that the intention behind this reading is to provide maybe a little bit of clarity, insight, closure, especially if you didn't get any of that stuff from this connection. And I will say the last time I tried to film a video like this, I had to scrap it because the messages were not helpful. So we're just going to do our best, try to get some messages here and see whatever comes out in the cards. So with that said, let's get into it. How did Pile 1's person truly feel? Okay, we have the Nine of Swords. Okay, yeah, this person was upset, to put it that way. Okay, okay, and then we have the Ace of Wands. I'm sorry, Pile 1, I got a phone call as soon as I put the Ace of Wands down, and that honestly might be part of the message here. Like, I think that this person is definitely feeling conflicted. You know, we have the heavy feelings on the Nine of Swords, and then there's on the Ace of Wands. This is like something new that is taking this person's attention. And that might be something that you recognize about what happened here between the two of you. It could be the kind of connection where, yeah, they might have gotten distracted by something else. If this was a romantic connection, they might have started seeing someone else, if, you know, or even cheating, if that resonates for you. If it wasn't romantic, then it could just be that, again, this person was feeling conflicted, and they might, we'll get your third card, we do have a third card for you, but they might have been trying to avoid these feelings represented on the Nine of Swords by focusing on something new, you know, just like not dealing with their feelings, just, you know, something new and exciting has come along. And that might have been the reason why my phone rang in the middle of the reading. And then, oh, okay, this is interesting. We have another ace. We have the Ace of Pentacles. Yeah, that might be what happened here, that instead of confronting or dealing with or working through their fears and feelings and like the heavy stuff here, this person just wanted to move on. They just wanted to move into something new. That, like, honestly, we're asking, how did they truly feel the last time they saw you? Avoidant is the word that's coming into my head. And I think they're true, honest feelings about you and the connection being represented by this Nine of Swords. And their feelings in terms of how did they feel about the situation in itself. Again, like, they were checked out. Like, they just didn't want to deal with feelings about you, so they were focused elsewhere. They were focused on something else because it was easier for them. And then we are going to get your Oracle card, which says energy. This card is the thing that, sorry, being interrupted with the phrase energy shift is what just came to me. This card is bright red. I would associate this with the root chakra. It's hard to see the color accurately on the camera for whatever reason. I guess I don't have the best lighting set up, so it is a bright red. This might be the type of person who is always moving away from things instead of dealing with them. Their energy is always shifting. They're always moving forward. They're not good at coping. Or their coping mechanism is to move into the next thing and not deal with the mess they've made of the previous thing. If that, like, however that resonates for you. The Nine of Swords, if this was how this person really felt, they were feeling sad. They, you know, whatever happened in your connection, whatever, they've felt deeply upset. The Nine of Swords talks about very heavy feelings. It can talk about anxiety, depression, negative thought spirals, feelings of despair and hopelessness, feeling like there's no way out, there's no way to fix this situation, and just feeling despair, you know, sitting there thinking, like, I can't, how do I deal with this? I can't make this work. I don't know how to I don't know how to cope, is what's coming through. So if you were wondering whether this person did feel bad, the answer is yes, they did. If you're wondering, you know, if they had real feelings or were capable of having real feelings, I think the answer is yes. I think that they were like deeply upset on some level, deep inside. They were deeply upset by the fact that they didn't know how to move forward in their connection with you. I think that if they hurt you, they felt guilty about it. I think that because they know that you just didn't deserve it. You know, I think that yeah, there was some deep-seated feelings of sadness, guilt, grief, despair, hopelessness going on with this person. And instead of facing that, they went through an energetic shift where they were like, okay, this is making me feel bad. I'm going to move towards something that makes me feel good, without addressing this. Like they just energetically shifted away from your connection. And they did that to avoid having to feel bad about it. And I want to, you know, give the message, as I often do in these types of readings, when somebody is in this energy and when they do this type of thing, it is not a reflection of you, it's not a reflection of your worthiness, it's not a reflection of your lovability, it is not really about you at all. It is most likely about this person and their unhealed wounds, their inability to cope with their feelings, their level of emotional immaturity, and this is on them. You know, what happened here is on them. With two aces, you know, there's a very good possibility that if it was a romantic connection, this person moved on to something else. The Ace of Wands, you know, feeling excited, inspired, passionate. If in a romantic connection, it can talk about feeling attracted to someone new. There's something new that has taken our attention. And again, as I said, I received a phone call as soon as that card came up. So it's like maybe even this person might have already been like texting somebody else or connecting, sending messages, calling with somebody else. They already had another connection that had been started. The last time they saw you, like they were already in the beginning stages of a new connection, a new commitment. The Ace of Pentacles, a new commitment. Again, if this is a romantic connection, this person was just not, they were not faithful. Like this could have been the reason why this was the last time you saw them. Again, like they instead of you know, addressing what was going on in their connection with you, they just moved on to something else. Like they already had something kind of in the works the last time that they saw you. And again, instead of coping with how they felt about that, you know, feelings of guilt and despair and hopelessness, they just dove into this new thing to avoid their feelings. And with the Ace of Pentacles, there might also be a message here. You know, as I said, this could be a romantic connection. It doesn't have to be. There could also be a message here that this person, but whatever they were doing, it was in order to avoid their feelings. But it could have been throwing themselves into work, throwing themselves into a creative project, throwing themselves into their connection with friends, going out and partying, whatever it was. They shifted all of their energy and attention into something else that they felt inspired or passionate about and that they were ready to make a commitment to. And it was something that was like not you, you know? You know, this is coming through to me as like a bullet dodged. You know, this person was just not mature enough to be able to give you the type of connection that you deserve to be in. Whether this is a romantic connection or not, like they just again, the first sign of you know, something difficult or negative or something that would need to be worked through, or at the next shiny thing that came along, they were like, I'm jumping off this train because I just can't deal with my feelings. And you know, it's in my personal opinion, I wouldn't want to be in a connection with somebody who was just going to bail when things got tough or when something new came along. So again, I know that can be frustrating to hear, like, rejection is my protection, especially if it was a connection that you really wanted, or somebody that you really, really felt connected to, or, you know, whatever it was. You know, if you have, like, real feelings for this person, you know, and they just, you know, just blindsided you by ghosting or whatever happened here, like cheating, you know, whatever happened here. Like, you didn't deserve that, and it's like fully on this person to take responsibility for that, if they're ever gonna do that. You know, I don't know, but yeah, the key word I would put for your pile is avoidant, for this person, avoiding their feelings, avoiding the situation. They did feel bad about what happened, but they weren't willing to address it. They just wanted to move on to something else. So those are the honest messages that I have for you today. Again, I hope that there have been, like, some helpful messages, insights here for you. If you did like the video, please feel free to give it a like. And please comment down below, let me know how it resonated for you. If you like my videos, you want to see more from me, you can feel free to subscribe to my channel. I also have a Patreon where I post different types of bonus content, and an Etsy store where I do private readings. So if you're interested in those, the links will be in the description. And thank you very much for watching Pile 1, and I do hope to see you in my next video. Hello Pile 2, and welcome to your reading, where we are taking a look at how did your person truly feel the last time they saw you. This is intended to be somebody you are no longer in contact with. It might be a romantic connection, it doesn't have to be. You know, we'll see whatever comes out in the cards. A general reading, just take it however it resonates. I will say I haven't tried to film videos like this before, then had to scrap them because the messages weren't helpful. You know, my intention with this video is to provide messages that offer some insight or clarity or closure for you, if this is a connection where you didn't get those things from this person. So with that said, we'll see whatever comes out in the cards, and let's get into it. How did Pile 2's person truly feel? Okay. We have the Knight of Cups. Okay. All right. We have the Six of Pentacles. An interesting message so far. How did Pile 2's person truly feel? Okay. Alright, we have the Two of Swords. Okay. And then we have Trust. This is a very different energy from Pile 1. You know, Pile 1's person, I got the sense that they couldn't cope with their feelings and they ran off to something new. For you guys, first of all, I want to confirm with the Knight of Cups that no matter what happened here, the feelings between you and this person were real. I would say that, how did this person really feel the last time you saw them? There were, if this was a romantic connection, there were romantic feelings. If it was not a romantic connection, there were deep feelings, no matter what, however it resonates. I think that there might have been a message here. This person was under the impression that they were following their inner guidance. And how do I put this? This is a very interesting energy for this type of a reading. Because if this is a message that's like, how did this person truly feel the last time they saw you? That they didn't feel like they were doing something wrong. If they were the one who ended this connection or walked away from you, if they ghosted you, if they hurt you in some way, whatever happened here, if this is, the messages here are coming from this person's perspective, they truly felt like they were doing the right thing. That is what is coming to me. Like, I'm getting, with the cards here, the Knight of Cups, the Six of Pentacles, the Two of Swords, this person had feelings. Whether they were romantic or not, they had feelings towards you, like real feelings, deep feelings. And there was definitely a part of them that wanted to share those feelings with you and pursue something and stay in the connection and see where it went. There was a part of that they wanted to share something with you. They wanted to give something to you. There was definite real feelings here. So again, that's a strong message coming through. If you were concerned about that or unsure, unclear whether this person had feelings or if they were being honest about that, the answer is yes. There's real feelings here. With the Six of Pentacles, there was a desire here to pursue something. Again, whether romantic or not. With the Two of Swords, there might be a message here. This person at the time, they knew that they might not have been able to give you what you deserve. There was a part of them that was very aware, and it might have been like the intuitive, their intuitive self, their inner guidance, that was, and spirit, like maybe a spirit guide intervening here and saying like, stop, take a pause. The balance in this connection is off. Someone is not willing or able to give equally. And that might be something that you know that maybe this person just wasn't in a place in their life where it could be fully their own perception of their own ability to give and love you the way that you deserved, to show up to the connection in like an equal, balanced way. There is just a message, like something. This could even be a message of like divine intervention. Like, stop, take a break, evaluate, think about this, take a step away, detach emotionally, because again, there's something about the balance of this connection that is off. It's not balanced, it's not equal. And even though this person had feelings, there were real feelings here, part of them recognized, was able to trust this message that they were getting, that they were not going to be able to show up to this connection and give as much as you were giving. They for whatever reason, they were able to acknowledge that to themselves. And that's why I'm giving the message, like, no matter what actually happened the last time that this person saw you, the way that they were feeling is, I have to detach myself from pile 2, even though I have feelings here, because I know I can't give them what they need. And I have to trust that this is the right thing to do, even though I know it's going to hurt pile 2, even though it hurts me, because I just know that I just can't show up. Or I'm not willing to show up, or I'm not ready to show up the way that pile 2 deserves. There's even a message here that I think this person, they were feeling sad. I think that they were feeling like there's like a bittersweet kind of energy here, and I genuinely think they believed they were doing the right thing, even if it was painful for both of you. And I think that with the trust card here, there's even a message that this person was thinking to themselves, well, because pile 2 is so amazing, they're going to find someone else who can give them what they need. And I'm going to trust that, that I might not be that person right now, but pile 2 is going to be okay, because somebody's going to come along who can give them what they need. That's how I'm being called to read this spread. Yeah, so it's just a different energy from pile 1, from a lot of the other readings that I've done on this topic. And there might be a message here that you might feel like this person's being very condescending, or like, you know, they're being like sanctimonious, like, oh, I'm doing this for you, oh, it's for your greater good, you know, when it's like, oh, you might be thinking like, I don't need to be protected like that, you know, I don't need to be, you know, whatever, but we're just tapping into, you know, how this person really honestly felt the last time they saw you. I think this was what was going on in their head at the time. They did truly feel like they were doing the right thing. And again, there's a message here validating that that there were feelings here, like they are capable of feeling, and they had feelings for you, again, whether romantic or platonic, whatever it was. There was a sense of an emotional connection here. It did mean something to this person. You were important to this person, and again, it's just giving me the sense that like they knew they couldn't give you what you needed, so they were feeling sad and bittersweet about it, but again, they had maybe a conviction that what they were doing was ultimately going to be the right thing for you. As condescending as that might sound. So, and there, as with the Two of Swords, I was getting the sense you or their spirit guides might even have intervened and said, like, because this person can't give pile 2 what they need right now or what they deserve right now, spirit, like, we're as the spiritual team's going to step in and make sure this doesn't happen, because it wouldn't be right. It wouldn't be fair. So with that said, those are the messages that I have for you today, pile 2. I hope that this reading has been helpful. Please comment down below, let me know how it resonated for you. If you like my videos, you want to see more from me, you can feel free to subscribe to my channel. I also have a Patreon where I post different types of bonus content, and an Etsy store where I do private readings. So if you're interested in those, the links will be in the description. And thank you very much for watching pile 2, and I do hope to see you in my next video. Hello pile 3, and welcome to your reading. If you chose the tarot cards, this is going to be your reading for today, where we are asking, how did your person truly feel the last time they saw you? This is intended to be somebody you're no longer in contact with. It might be a romantic connection, but it doesn't have to be. It's a general reading, just take it however it resonates. I will say that sometimes when I try to film these videos, I end up having to just scrap the video because the messages aren't helpful. You know, my intention with doing this subject is to provide maybe some clarity, some insight, or some closure if this person did not give you those things when the connection ended. So we're just going to tap into their energy. How did they truly feel the last time they saw you? And we'll see whatever messages come out in the cards. And with that said, let's get into it. How did pile 3's person truly feel the last time they saw? Okay, all right. Okay, so I will say, when I was shuffling the deck in between the piles, I put the deck down like this, as I do at the beginning of the reading, and the card on top was actually face up, which is interesting. I guess I hadn't realized it had flipped while I was shuffling the cards, and the card was the Knight of Wands, which is the first card that came out. I said that I would talk about it in your reading, and it ended up coming out as your first card anyway. So the Knight of Wands, I think, is an important energy here. And then we also have the Knight of Swords, which is, again, this is an interesting message so far. We are going to get one more card for you. How did pile 3's person... Do you want me to take that? Okay. So a bunch of cards came out. One fell over face up, and I was told to take it, and it is the Lover's card. In this type of reading, I would interpret the Lover's card as a message. If this was a romantic connection, this person did have feelings. This was not the type of thing where this person is incapable of emotions or like sociopathic or something. I think that they did have feelings, and they did feel there was potential in their connection with you. I think that if it was not a romantic connection, then I think that this might still be a message about like feeling a connection or a pull towards you, and just not knowing what to do with that emotion. So with that said, we are going to get your oracle card. Yeah, okay, we have frustration. We have this image depicting trying to fit a square peg in a round hole, trying to make something work that's not meant to work, and the resulting feeling of frustration, of like, I'm trying here and I just don't think it's the right thing. So with that card and this interpretation, how did this person truly, they felt frustrated. I think that they were under the perception that, how do I put this? This might be the type of person, even though I was saying, with the Lovers card here, there's some element of something that was real in their connection with you. I think that this might be the type of person who doesn't stay in one place very long. This might be the type of person who is always moving on to the next thing. This might be the type of person who does not know how to cope with frustration, who might have like a very low frustration tolerance, where at the first sign of something going wrong, they're like, but I can't cope with this. I can't deal with this. I just need to move into the next thing. Like, you know, if it's not going to work immediately, I'm over it. That type of energy, you know, the energy of like, if I'm not immediately an expert at something, you know, I'm going to stop doing it. That type of thing. And it could be, if this was a romantic connection with the Knight of Wands here, but first of all, the Knight of Wands and the Knight of Swords there are two fast-moving energies. These are the fastest suits of the tarot, and they're both action-oriented. And that it's just, again, the Knight of Wands in a romantic connection can talk about somebody who's always moving on to the next thing. Like, they just want to have fun. They just want to have a good time. They don't want to be tied down. They just want to keep moving. I'm having fun with you for tonight. It's not meant to be a long-term thing. And I think with the Lovers card here, the frustration was because part of them recognized there was more potential in their connection with you than they're used to. Like, it's giving me like they caught feelings type of message. Like they didn't intend to become emotionally involved with you. They just did. I just think that they came towards you wanting to just have fun, and all of a sudden there's deeper feelings here. And again, like this person was in an energy at a period of time in their life where they really just didn't want to be tied down. They really value their sense of freedom and independence. They value their sense, with the Knight of Swords here, of not getting emotionally attached. I think that it's just giving me the at the point in time when you last saw this person, and it's interesting, both of these knights are facing away from this Lovers card. Like this person was just running from one thing to the next thing. They don't want to be tied down. They're not looking for an emotional connection. They're not looking for emotional intimacy. They just want to have fun. And it's just like all of a sudden, the situation became too real. And essentially they ran away is what is coming to me. So I don't know exactly what happened between the two of you. I will say it's kind of like a similar energy to Pile 1's person. There is a message here that, whereas with Pile 1, I think their person definitely felt guilty and sad, your person was feeling frustrated. So in the Lovers card, like, again, whether this was romantic or not, they saw a potential connection between the two of you as something that would have been fulfilling. So there's like they're recognizing that at the time they were able to recognize that the two of you were able to have a genuine emotional connection. And again, I think this was frustrating for this person because they didn't want that. And it's not because they didn't want that with you, or because you were doing something wrong, or because you're not worthy of that, or whatever. It was fully about who this person is. You know, it's fully about their own personality, their own goals, their own, you know, it was just a mismatch in terms of probably in terms of what they wanted out of the connection and what you wanted out of the connection. And I think that they were in an energy where they were able to compartmentalize that and detach emotionally. They met with this Knight of Swords energy here. There can be a message about blunt or brutal honesty. They might have said something that was very upsetting for you to hear. That might be why you're no longer in contact. They might have said something that was coming from a place of honesty for them, but it might have been something that you didn't need to hear. Like it was not helpful for you to hear, or it was just mean. You know, the way that they said it. They weren't thinking about how it would impact you emotionally. They were only thinking about themselves. That's what's coming through here. Like, I want to be honest. That's a big energy here of, I'm only concerned with myself. I'm only concerned with what I want, what I need out of this connection. Yeah, there's potential for a deeper emotional connection here. I'm not really interested in that, so I'm going to move on. Like, you know, making this work would just be too frustrating. I don't have the capacity and I don't want to deal with it. I'm going to run away. That's the message that's coming through, and it's coming from a place of, I think, maybe like a little bit of immaturity, but again, it's just with the message. It's giving me the sense this person was in a place where they recognized that you wanted different things. And I'll reiterate the message that you were not doing anything wrong. It's not because you're not worthy of having that. It's just this person they didn't want the same things that you wanted out of the connection, and they didn't want that with anybody, not just you. They didn't again, like they did not want to have a long-term committed emotional relationship is what is coming to me, you know, and again, it's not just with you. They didn't want that with anybody, and even though there was real potential here, and they're recognizing that, they were not ready to commit to that at the time when they last saw you. So I feel like I'm rambling, so I'm going to stop. I think that we got the messages out that that were relevant here. And hopefully this video was helpful, maybe provided some clarity or confirmation for you about how this person was feeling. Please comment down below, let me know how it resonated for you. If you like my videos and you want to see more from me, you can feel free to subscribe to my channel. I also have a Patreon where I post different types of bonus content, and an Etsy store where I do private readings. So if you're interested in that, the links will be in the description. And thank you very much for watching Pile 3, and I do hope to see you in my next video.